Hey everybody, it's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in, and welcome back to our F1 2021 full season playthrough. So, if you didn't see the last race, we took home the victory at the Brazilian GP, but we also got the Drivers' Championship. Heck yes! However, hold on, stop the celebrating. We still have 3 races left. We still have 3 races left in the season. Now, you're probably looking at the screen right now and you're thinking, but wait a minute, you won the Drivers' Championship. I mean, couldn't you start your vacation early or something? I mean, you just won it. No. Let me explain why. Just because we won the championship, we won the Drivers' Championship, and not the Constructors, but just because we won the Drivers' Championship, with 3 races remaining on the schedule does not mean that we can start our trip to Cancun or something that easy. Okay? There are 3 races left, which means 3 more races to possibly get the win and fastest lap in. There's still more points up for grabs, and it's the last 3 races before we send our little Alpine off into the wild blue yonder, okay? So, we are still going to approach this week's race, or at least this video's race, the same way as we've been doing every single time. We're just going to go out there, see if we can get the car to get to our liking, and then we'll qualify it, and then we'll race it and see where we finish from there. And our next race just happens to be a really interesting one, because this is a track that I've had some issues with. This is the Australian Grand Prix that we're going to in Melbourne. In past F1 games, I've had a hard time with this particular track, but we're going to see how well we do here. There is one other thing I need to show you all. Let me just show you really quick. I have decided to change the MG unit, the motor generator unit, with the heat. The reason why I'm doing this is very simple. We are getting to the last 3 races here, and Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi are going to be really hot. And I do not want our engine to expire because, well, sure, we wrapped up the Drivers' Championship, so that means they can't take it away from us. Right, but I want to make sure that we have as best a car we can at Abu Dhabi. Now, again, we do have this internal combustion engine at our disposal, and I'm here to tell you that we are not going to use this motor until next week at Saudi Arabia. So we're going to continue to work with this. We will take the grid penalty with the heat unit. The energy store system, I think we're also going to go ahead and take a grid penalty with this, because I want the energy store to be as perfect as possible. So I say we go ahead and we take those 2 penalties and see what we can do. Because we need a perfectly good car for our run at Abu Dhabi. So now let's go ahead and advance the time. We get some new pieces too. Also, we get some more things. We also get the wastegate actuator, which I don't know what that is.
Well, the new parts go through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright, well there's the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit. It's a street course race, but it shouldn't be as tight as Singapore and some of those other ones. So anyway, let me go get this car qualified and acclimated to the racetrack, and then I'll join you guys on the grid as we get set to do round number 21 of the F1 2021 season.
It's race day here in Melbourne as we continue with what could shape up to be one of the best Australian Grand Prix. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn one?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn one as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Norris, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Tsunoda, Stroll, Giovinazzi and the scientist. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Raikkonen, Sainz, Nikita Mazepin and Fernando Alonso. Gasly, Vettel, George Russell, they've taken a grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi. Mick Schumacher and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, we've already won the championship, so relax and enjoy this race.
Did I just see that Nikita Mazepin starting right next to our teammate? Oh my god. Now, just relax and enjoy the race? Yeah, but I want to get another win as well. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, looks like another race where we could possibly have the strategy work again like this. Well, like I said, I do want to get another victory for this Alpine, so we'll go ahead and stick with the default strategy. I think that's probably the best way that we can go. You did notice, though, that we're starting way back here in 10th because we did change out the MGU for the heat, and I also changed out something else on the car. I forget exactly what it was, but we decided to take the grid penalties here. Now, in practice, this car was all over the place. It was not as smooth as it was in Brazil, and I remember this is the place I struggled with, so thank God we got the championship. But for this race, we just need to keep our nose clean, and maybe we'll find ourselves at the front of the pack. Because we want to get the fastest lap again, and we also want to go out of here with a bang. So if you're ready and you look ready, let's do it to it. Alright, so here we go. We're starting back here in 10th. There's the green lights to start the formation lap. I was actually very surprised.
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap.
I was actually very lucky to be a full second faster than Valtteri Bottas because in the practicing sessions we were just not quick at all. Especially during the programs and stuff. But this track used to be the season opener race for the longest time. In fact, this is where F1 would open up their season most of the time. But then what happened was that during the coronavirus,
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
during the coronavirus outbreak, this track ended up being pushed later in the year, and it actually went off without a hitch. In fact, if you've ever seen F1 Drive to Survive, you can actually see the moment that F1 finds out about the coronavirus and decides not to run the Aussie GP, I don't think. Anyway, 29 laps are going to make up the running here, so a little less than what we had at Brazil, which is totally fine. And this is going to be a very difficult area for us right here in this S section because the rear end was definitely really stiff. So really, I don't know what to expect here for us. I know that we got the championship sewn up. We just need to keep our nose clean and come out of here strong and see if we can't get another victory, but we'll see what happens. And once again, we're starting way back here because of the engine penalties that or because of the penalties, not the engine, because, oh, removed from the formation lap, collision with, excuse me? Reform grid for race start. So wait, what does that mean? All because we gave Giovinazzi a bump? Does that mean we're out of the Australian GP or something? We're gonna have to find this out once the race goes green, but that's strange.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence
Or
will
that
begin
might.
as soon as the
But let's
clear
see
is
what
formed.
happens.
Clutch.
Our car has suddenly gone into a ghost image, but there we go. Here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go! Wow, look at this. Wow, look at this great start. Here we go into turn 1. Let's see if we can make something happen on the inside. Sonoda comes right down on top of us. Once again, Sonoda giving us the Sonoda bump or something. So now we'll head into turns 2, 3, and 4. Let's see if we can get up next to Stroll. We're trying the inside. Can't get it done. Because this is going to be where it's going to be very difficult to pass. Especially with the way that these cars are. Especially with the way that the curbing is here. So you make it through these first few laps here and try to see if we can make something happen. There's also a few DRS zones we can use to our advantage, but right now can't really do too much because we're messing up on our lap times here. As now there goes Antonio Giovinazzi. Right around us, so back into the 10th place we go, but let's see if we can catch him here. We're going to go ahead and use up all the track down there. Just couldn't get it done there on Giovinazzi. Let's see if we can try him again here in this corner. Oh boy. So we do pull off a very brilliant move, so now let's just be really careful here. We're going to let these guys get a little bit strung out, because that should help us a little bit. But we're currently in the top 10, which is good news. And we're coming around here to complete lap number 1. So Bottas has the fastest lap of the race so far, even though we're only just a full lap into the whole thing. And you can see how weird this track is. I mean, it's definitely one of those places that is just absolutely insane, and it's not the best for these types of cars. I'm not the biggest fan of this racetrack, but we'll see if we can make ourselves known here. So right now, Lance Stroll's ahead of us, and then up ahead is sumo wrestler Yuki Tsunoda, who just literally cut us off there like Lance Stroll did. We'll get the DRS working here pretty soon, but we'll have to really mind our P's and Q's during these opening laps until everybody's car starts to, like, you know, show what they how well they're doing, or basically how poorly they're doing. We'll have to use a little bit of strategy too. We are going to do the one-stop strat, so that should be okay. Let's see if we can get past Lance Stroll going into this corner. Oh yeah, there we go. We made a perfect opportunity on that, so put us up into the 8th position.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Yeah, indeed. Alright, now we're going to catch up here to Yuki Tsunoda, and the DRS is now going to be enabled too. So let's see if we can do anything with these guys.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Yes, we know. Oh, that's perfect. Let's do a flashback, because I messed it up right there. Let's try it again. Had to really brake on the gap. Had to really hit the brakes there, but let's see what we can do here. Trying everything to just like try to get around these guys, but it's...
There's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
Alright, so I don't know where that issue came about, but let's see if we can try and get up here to get past Tsunoda, because Tsunoda is definitely holding us up. We need to get by him. So let's see here, we'll use a little bit of our overtake, see if we can keep up the pace right here with him. Now let's see if we can just go right in here, shoot it up to the inside, and go past Tsunoda. Alright, so now we need to work on Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc up ahead. And just see what we can do here, because this is definitely going to be one of the places where the car will slow down, unfortunately. You can see we are currently in the red because we had to slow down hard, only because of the fact that we had to wait for some other cars. We had to wait for Tsunoda and get a nice little thing on him, but right now you can see that we're slowly catching back up. It's good news. Now, Zenoda will have the DRS here on the front stretch, but there's nothing much you can do with it. Because that AlphaTauri, which apparently...
To teammate behind is 3.5 seconds.
Because that AlphaTauri, which apparently is going to become Boss F1 or something in real life, or Hugo Boss. I don't even know what it's going to be, but whatever it's going to be, it might be a little better, but we'll see. So now we're just going to continue to catch up here as we get closer to Max Verstappen, see if we can do anything with this guy. And I'm glad that we changed out the energy unit, that's the one that we chose. Is that we actually changed out the EC, which is the energy charger, because now we can actually manage our energy a little bit better, which will help us on some of the bigger tracks, which will help us at Abu Dhabi, and it will also help us, you know, when we get to Saudi Arabia. And I think by this point we are probably not going to need another grid penalty or anything, because I think we've already done enough grid penalties, so by the time we get to Saudi Arabia, wherever we qualify, we should be able to keep it. Now look at this little train of cars. Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, and that might be Sergio Perez up ahead. Let's see, we should have the DRS available to us, or maybe not. Okay, so not right here, but we do have the fastest lap again. Let's see if we can make something happen here and try to get around these guys, because we can't let the other cars ahead of us, you know, get too far away. Ooh, Verstappen parked the bus. He parked the bus badly, but we got around him. So Max Verstappen, I mean, all these cars are starting to park the bus because I think some of them are either using worn engines or they're doing something else. So, you know, we have the better ones, and then next week we're going to put in the other engine to make sure that we're in peak condition for Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi. It's interesting how we started the season in Bahrain in the Middle East, and now we're going to finish the season in the Middle East, which is quite interesting. I wonder how they're going to take an American champion in Formula 1. Well, that has yet to be seen. I'm sure that they will welcome him, but we'll see. Meanwhile, we're catching up to what is soon going to become our teammate in F1, which is Leclerc. We go right underneath him. Wow, gave him a nice little bit of contact there. We're just kind of like shoved it in there and kept the thing from going all over the place. So put us up into the 5th position right now. Ooh, had a little issue there, but nothing too bad. And I forgot that there is no DRS on the front straightaway like some of the other tracks do, which is kind of strange, but at the same time, you know, it's probably not long enough to be a DRS zone. So up ahead there's Lando Norris that we are trying to catch in the McLaren. We might not be able to catch him here, but we should be able to catch him, you know, a little bit further down the track. As now we've closed the gap. Oh, I see where the 2 DRS zones are. They're on either sides of the racetrack, so that's why we haven't really been catching these guys in some of these other turns. But you can see that we have closed the gap here with Lando Norris. Let's see if we can do anything with our own DRS, which is the energy, which is the overtake. Nothing doing, but we are right there. We are. I know we're abusing the track limits here, but you know what? We haven't! Wow, Norris. Really? We're gonna have to redo that again, because Norris just took us almost into the wall. That is definitely something that I think race control is gonna have to see, because, my god, they messed it up big time. I mean, look at that. He didn't give us the space. So here, we'll try and see if we can bonsai him into the corner. Again, we kind of make contact with him. But that'll move us up into the 4th position. So now we can set our sights on everybody.
Good job, nice overtake.
Alright, now we're coming out of this lap. And now we can set our sights on the podium spots up there, which are taken up.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
Which are currently being taken up by Perez, Hamilton, and Bottas.
We're in
That's strange, because he's right there on my ass. So I don't know how we're increasing the gap or anything like that, but alright, fine. He's probably a little hungover from all the team celebrations that we did after we got done with the Brazilian GP. But, like I said, we still got work to do here, and we still got work to do in the final 2 races, which those are going to be a lot of fun. I'll be glad to be out of here once we're done, because, I don't know, Australia is a great place, but this track I've just never had a good grip with. And right now we're just kind of stuck in 4th without, you know, any way of, like, you know, catching up to them. So we may have to use a little bit of pit strategy to kind of, like, get up to them. And of course we do have pit stops coming up, so we might as well just see if we can come in the next lap or something. Because we are going to be approaching the pit window. And once we get on the hard tires, we should be okay. But we still have the fastest lap, which is going to be pretty good. That'll keep our streak alive, but in terms of winning this race, it's going to need to take a mountain of luck, I think. And right now, they're about 4 seconds ahead of us, so we are definitely going to need to figure out a few things for ourselves. Most likely, we will have to maybe bonsai them on the strategy. So, like, if they come in first, we'll come in on the next lap, and then that should balance things out pretty well. I can sort of see them barely in my front windscreen, which is good, but as you can see, the car is starting to get really hard to drive off the corners.
No need to worry about tire condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Okay, that's good to know. That's not bad, but I know that we are going to be coming to pit stops here pretty soon. I can start to see a little bit of Sergio Perez up ahead of us, so that's good news. Let's take it nice and firm here. As we work into lap number 9, this is the time when the fuel window should be opening up.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Alright, so here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to wait. We're going to wait until the next lap. So we're not going to pit now, we're going to pit on the next lap, and see if we can't take it to them. Because here's the thing, if we pit now, we're going to lose time to them, and that's going to be really bad. But if we go one more lap than everybody else, then we can actually put ourselves in better shape. So we're going to pull the same strategy like we did in Brazil. Go ahead and use a little bit of our overtake to try and close the gap on these guys. But I do have a feeling that a lot of...
Some information on Mazepin. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Well, so that's the first time that Nikita Mazepin is retiring the car from the race, which is not good. Which is not good for them!
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. So we're gonna need to do that again. Oh my god, really? See, that's the one thing I was concerned about, because see how you just touch that and it makes the car spin? That's because there's just no way to get this set up to work right. That was the issue we were having.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Well, that's just because it's Mazepin that went out. Alright, so now, has anybody come to pit road yet? No, but next lap we will come in. Next lap we will come in. And it's just a local yellow, so we are fine. We don't need to overtake or anything. We just need to maintain the gap.
Green flag.
And now this time around we will come back into pit road and we will do our one and only stop. And we'll see if we can't make any heads or tails of trying to get up to this podium spot. Because one thing that's in danger is actually our winning streak. But the one thing that's currently not
The gap to the car ahead is 2.9 seconds.
the thing that's currently not broken is our fastest lap award, which we should still get regardless of where we finish. But it will only count towards us if we finish in the points. So we'll just have to see what we can do here. I mean, we can kind of cruise here, but you know, for me, I wanna send these guys out with, you know, a big, you know, some more wins if possible. But anyway, this is where we're going to come in and do our stop, and we'll see if the hard tires will do anything for us, because I know that we do pretty good once the hards get on there, so we'll just see what happens. Alright, here we go. We are now coming to pit road. Nobody else seems to be coming in, but let's see what happens as we come into pit road now. So it looks like most of them are going to take another lap around, which is going to be interesting. So let's see how well we do here. Bring it into the pit stall. Off come the softs, on go the hards,
Go, go, go.
and back underway. And it looks like nobody else came into pit road. So did we do the extra lap for no good reason?
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Well, now we're back here in 15th, but now we've made our stops, so everybody else should be coming to pit road this time by, I hope. So hopefully we didn't lose too much time with this. But now we have the hard tires on, which will mean that now we can really push the car as hard as we can. Well, we need to wait a couple laps here and let the tires get up to full temperature. We'll see if anybody else starts to come in. Because they should start coming in, and then we can really make our charge as we hit lap 11 of 29. So everybody's going to have to start coming in at some point. I mean, I don't think the Mercedes are going to double stack. Looks like somebody's going to come. Somebody's going to come to pit road, right? No? Are we serious right now? Are we? Oh, okay. So Lewis Hamilton does come to pit road, so that's good news. But we're stuck way back here with a car that's, you know, right now this has definitely not been our best race at all, because we did have to take the grid penalty, but here comes some more cars to pit road. Now it should start to balance out a little bit. More teammates in the pits.
Fernando's in the pits.
And right now we are actually going to gain a little bit of ground on Lewis Hamilton, I think, because I did see him coming out of pit road, and it's going to balance out pretty well. So now we're currently in the 9th position, and it looks like some of the teams are going to the alternate strategy of putting on mediums.
Gap behind is 4.4 seconds.
That's probably not the best idea. Some of these guys are probably on the two-tire strats, or I mean, two-stop strat. Huh, interesting. Right now we are still really far behind, and now we just need to really let this race play itself out and see what we can do. But right now, it's looking more like that we're not going to end up winning this unless something weird happens. Bottas is in the pits now. Now the rest of the cars are coming into pit road. Yo! Came right underneath Sebastian Vettel, and now we'll take the position if he can give it to us. And he does, because he should be coming to pit road this time by. There's Antonio Giovinazzi, who we had contact with earlier. And we get the DRS down the front straightaway as well, which is pretty cool. So now, where did this put us? Well, it just put us right back to 4th, but we have closed the gap even further. And again, it's another situation where these guys have taken the medium tires rather than go to the hards. So that means we must be the only team that are on the hards. But as you guys remember, we've taken the hards to many different places. And we've also won on these too. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can catch up here to Sergio Perez and see if we can make something happen. Because, you know, they just came to pit road. So that means their tires are still, you know, fairly new. But let's see what we can do here with this. I'm going to abuse the heck out of our overtake right now. See if we can do anything with them. Looks like we can't really do too much, but let's go to the outside here, go down to 6th gear, make it nice and easy. DRS again. And we're going to be right there on their back tail section, but can't really do anything with them. And then it will be another 5 seconds to catch up to Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. In fact, they're not that far ahead, so this actually played pretty well as I overshoot the corner badly because the brakes just locked up on me. So now we just lost all of our momentum. Yet we still got the DRS for some reason. So I don't know if that's a glitch or what, but it seems we can't do anything. Because you know what? That issue that we just had could possibly have cost us a podium spot. The last time we didn't stand on the podium was Azerbaijan when we finished 12th. And since then, we've been on the top step of the podium ever since, so... see if we can't make anything happen here. It's going to be really close. I mean, I don't think we have enough to catch up to the Mercedes car, especially for this race. But like I said, we don't necessarily need to worry about, you know, points or anything, but I really would like to, you know, get another victory for them. Or at least a victory for the Alpine here. So now this is where we were having the trouble. So let's see what we can do. Nice and easy through there. Nice and easy through that section. There we go. Okay, now let's see if we can catch back up here to Perez and see if we can do something with him. Had to really slow it down there, but I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of this. Okay, that's a little better. And it looks like there was an issue just now. I don't know why they were all of a sudden going nuts. And now we got DRS again. And now we should be able to get around Sergio Perez. Let's see, we're going to take it way down to the inside, see if we can do anything with him. Can we get the pass done? And we do! A little bit of contact with him. And we get a warning for the collision that we had there with Sergio Perez. So right now, the DRS is just working overtime right now, which is just insane. I don't know if that's because the game is defaulted to practice, or if it's just, you know, doing this for some weird reason. But whatever it is, it's going to help us out.
Gap to the car in front is 6.4 seconds.
Well, we can still catch up to them. I mean, I got some great confidence in this little Alpine. It has done stranger things before, and we've also had stranger races in the past, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Ooh, got a little loosey-goosey there. But currently we have a 6.5 second deficit that we are trying to make up. So we'll use a little bit more of our overtake here to see if we can do anything. See if we can catch them up or anything, because I really would like to get another win. But we'll see what happens here. We're currently working lap 16 of 29, so we still got some time. And plus, you know, those medium tires are going to start to wear out at some point, so that'll be where we can really make something happen. So right now they're just kind of doing a little I guess you call it a DRS train or something, and that's how they're able to get going. And there's going to be no sign of any lap cars ahead of them, so now we're just going to see how the Alpine fares in terms of speed. And now it's almost up to 7 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, which gets me a little bit concerned, but I know we can catch them. I know we can. We're just going to have to be really patient here in 3rd place and just not make too many mistakes.
Check your MFD for a new strategy.
I hate this place. I hate this track. Because every time you touch the corners, because you can't even do anything. You can't abuse the corners, you can't do shit. Because as soon as you touch that, all of a sudden you get all loose. And we just couldn't get a good setup for this place. So, looks like it's a good thing that we got the championship back in Brazil, otherwise this would be a really bad race for us. Like, right now, we'd be sweating bullets. We continue our way down the straightaway. We now...
We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tires need to last till the end of the race.
Yeah, we know. Now we're slowly catching up to them. I mean, we were at 6.3 seconds. Now it's suddenly up way more, all because we tapped the brakes. So we might catch them here before the end of the race, and then catch them is one thing, but passing them is going to be a whole nother thing. We'll see what we can do. Just kind of staying quiet, just to kind of, like, you know, concentrate a little bit. And just keep an eye on how much of a deficit we still have, because, you know, it's really annoying to see those Mercedes twins up there, but I think we can definitely screw up their party here, because once those medium tires start to go bad, then we're gonna be the victors here with these hards. We just have to be really careful with them. Come out of the corner and go onto the front straightaway. The gap is now almost down to 5 seconds.
Teammate by 26.1 seconds.
Alright. So, you know, we're slowly closing the gap, but, you know, if these two would stop, you know, DRS screwing themselves, that's really the only way that they're trying to get away, is that Lewis Hamilton has the DRS, but they also, when they get connected, it just seems like that they're just insane.
Okay, gap ahead is 6.1 seconds.
Yeah, we know. But boy, I can tell you that right now, using a lot of our overtake, we're exercising the overtake quite a lot. Thankfully, though, at Saudi Arabia, we shouldn't have to take another grid penalty. Try it again. We're just having all kinds of trouble in this race, unfortunately. I mean, this is one of those races that I was really afraid of. And look at that. Now we whipped it back to 7 seconds, which tells me that right now we are just not catching them whatsoever. Unless they're on an alternate strategy than we are. Which, I mean, I think half the field, or even all of them, are on the alternate strategy, possibly. Because they're all on mediums. I heard the crowd react to something. But wow, we just cannot get it to 5 seconds. I mean, we just cannot do it. I think we're going to end up finishing here. I mean, we got 11 laps to go now. I just want to see if we can even make any damage to them. I mean, we're on the harder tires, and they're on the faster tires, but those tires should be wearing out here at some point. I mean, we'll still get a podium, but it will also snap our big old win streak, too. But I'm still determined. Can't give up just now. Because we still want valuable points, and we still want to get that victory if possible. But right now, it's looking more like that Bottas and Hamilton have found something, and they just are crazy fast right now. But even though we have the fastest lap award to us, they just seem to have the better race pace. Yep, so the gap is now just 6.5 seconds again. There's no way that we can catch up to them.
Front is 6.2 seconds.
I think we're gonna have to settle for 3rd place, which is not a bad spot. I mean, it is the podium. But I'm deeply saddened to say that I don't think we're gonna be able to catch up to these folks unless something really wonky happens with Lewis Hamilton or Valtteri Bottas. I mean, I had a feeling once we went into practice and the car was just not set up properly, and the car was just not doing so well, that we were going to be screwed. I mean, we got past Sergio Perez, which is awesome, and Perez has not really gained, nor has he lost to us, which I don't think. I mean, he's about 3 seconds behind us, but again, a caution, you know, a full course yellow would be absolutely stunning right now. And we got another warning for corner cutting, which is quite weird. I mean, that's the only thing that we can do to really, you know, try to eat into the Mercedes stuff. But I think the Mercedes are pretty much long gone. And we kind of mess up there. Yep, that just ruined our race. So 3rd place it is for us. That little issue there has just proven to us that 3rd place is all we're going to get out of this race, it looks like.
You're losing 2 seconds a lap to the car behind. 2 seconds.
Yeah, shut up, okay? We messed up tremendously because the brakes just did not want to kick in. So that means Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton will get a 1-2, which will be the first 1-2 that they have received in quite a long time, because we can't drive this track to save our soul. And it's not because of the medium. I mean, not because of the hards or anything. It's just because something went wrong here. It's like the setups that people use are just absolutely wretched, or we just suck at this place. But it looks like the streak is going to come to an end in terms of our winning streak, as we now are going to be assaulted here by Sergio Perez, but nothing doing. Well, let's just try and ride out these last few laps, because even though it is going to be good that we're going to get a podium, we at least still have a lot of stuff. We just gotta be careful here with Sergio Perez, but we seem to be a little bit better than him, which is good news. He is gonna have DRS, unfortunately. You can hear our car just kind of scraping along the ground here.
You can win that place back. Caution, the virtual safety car has just been deployed due to a buildup of debris on the track.
So look at that. We got a safety car because of what happened. So now we have to get popped back up here. But this is gonna be perfect, because you know what? We can actually come to pit road. Because I got an idea.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace.
What? Oh, it's a virtual safety car. No!
A new strategy is available.
Oh. Well.
Green flag. That was a heck of an impact.
That did it.
You're okay.
Well, there you go, folks. That's how it works. Well. And there we have it, everybody. The streak has ended. The streak has ended.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, Crofty, Daniel Ricciardo would have to be my driver of the day. It's less about what he did right, but how little he did wrong. Perfect driving.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Fuck Melbourne!
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. How do you feel these grid penalties are affecting the sport? How do you feel about this team's performance this season? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Appreciate your time.
Well, that ruined everything. That ruined our perfect season. Our first DNF since Monaco. We still got the fastest lap though, but God, Australia was just an absolute shit show. I'm hopeful that it's not. Anyway, I'll see you guys at Saudi Arabian GP. Hopefully we can get the last 2 victories, but man, fuck Melbourne. Fuck that track. I hate it. I hate that place. I don't hate Australia, but I hate Melbourne. Anyway, if you want to see more of this, make sure you hit the like button, comment, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Until then, take care.